Welcome to the Roar Room, truth on the mic. Healing the soul, we rise and ignite. Mind, body, spirit aligned in the flame. Roar Room tribe, we roar in our name. Syndrome. They chain your mind with a silver tongue, promise you safety while the damage is done. Smile through the cameras, wave the flag high, while hiding the truth right behind your eyes. They announce new systems like they helping the weak, but never tell the people what the future might mean. They package control like it's progress and care, while building the framework nobody approved there. They speak in slogans, polished and clean, but leave out the cost hiding under the scheme. And if you ask questions, they call you afraid, while decisions get made you never really weighed. And people cheer for the cage they're in, calling it love while the walls close in. Every room they leave never gets healed, another story bought, another soul concealed. Stockholm Syndrome, chained to the throne, love in the hands that leave you alone. Masks made of lies, dressed up as truth, stealing the fire right out of your youth. They tell you what you wanna hear, keep you comforted and living in fear, but power's the only thing they serve, and humanity gets less than it deserves. Gets less than it deserves. They divide the people, then call it peace, create confusion while freedoms decrease. Every headline pulling minds apart, while hidden agendas move quiet in the dark. You call it protection, they call it control, trading your spirit for a temporary role. And every broken promise somehow gets excused, cause abuse feels normal when you've been used. They don't care about the hearts they break, only the profits and the moves they make. And the louder the chaos, the harder to see the chains on your mind were never truly free. Stockholm Syndrome, chained to the throne, love in the hands that leave you alone. Masks made of lies, dressed up as truth, stealing the fire right out of your youth. They tell you what you wanna hear, keep you comforted and living in fear, but power's the only thing they serve, and humanity gets less than it deserves. They built the system so you never ask why, too busy surviving just to get by, working your whole life while the prices climb, watching freedom disappear a piece at a time. They sell distraction through every screen, keep your eyes locked where they want them to be, while the real moves happen far out of sight, behind closed doors and fluorescent lights. And if you question, they label your name, turn the crowd against you to protect the game. But deep inside, people know something's wrong, that uneasy feeling's been there too long. Cause truth has a way of cutting through noise, even through the propaganda and manufactured poison. No amount of fear can forever erase the instinct inside that something's misplaced. Stockholm Syndrome, chained to the throne, defending the ones who carved us to bone, smiling through suffering, calling it fate, while they tighten the locks around every gate. They feed you comfort to silence your pain, turn your dependence into invisible chains, but power's the only thing they preserve, while the people keep losing more than they deserve. What if the danger was never the truth, but the lies repeated since the days of your youth? What if the mask was designed from the start to keep fear alive and obedience in hearts? No saviors coming through television screens, no polished speeches saying what they mean, just another cycle wearing different names, another actor stepping into the frame. But the cracks are forming in the painted walls, people waking up from the scripted calls, and once you see it, you can't pretend. The cycle only breaks when obedience ends. Stockholm Syndrome, breaking the spell, learning to see through the heaven and hell. No more chains disguised as care, no more pretending the system is fair. The silence is louder than all of their lies, truth keeps living though deception survives. And one by one, the people will learn that freedom begins when the fear finally burns. So break the spell and open your eyes, don't confuse syndrome. The silence between the lies, where the truth survives.
I don't know why it always loops. I guess I gotta turn it off every time. Welcome to the War Room, 6/13/2026. We are celebrating 250 years of Saturdays. Saturday 250. Saturday 250. How's the weather in New York, Nadine?
It's pretty.
It's good.
It's pretty. I like
Blue
light blue.
skies. You like the patterns, or are they
It's
playing? Are they playing tic tac toe in the sky?
no, no. It's 77, but it's not super humid or anything. Yeah, us there hot.
Oh, it was hot up there.
No, is it hot where you are?
No, it's only 92 right now.
Oh my goodness.
Pretty hot.
That's nice. That's a cool breeze.
That was my nickname from the cops. Cool breeze.
Cool breeze. I don't think they're blocking that sun anymore. Not here anyway. It is like bright as, I mean,
Yeah.
it is so bright you can feel it.
Hey y'all, can y'all block that sun again? That'd be great.
You can't look at it like last year. You could look at it.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know it.
Yeah, now you
It's
can't.
super
Now you're
bright.
like, look,
Look, Linda.
look,
Linda.
Linda, listen, Linda. Can y'all block the sky out like this, like in the middle, like between like 10 o'clock and 2 o'clock?
Hmm. That would be nice.
I'm just playing.
Yeah,
My
but
plants
yeah,
love
you
it.
can feel it on your skin too when you walk up there. Go out there, it's like, whoa, it's so bright. But it's a you can feel it, but it's hot, but a different kind of hot. It's weird. It's hard to describe.
Like boob sweat hot when you go check your milk.
Oh,
You
it's
know,
hot.
that's that kind of hot.
It's hot.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you walk to the mailbox and back and you gotta take a shower.
Yeah, that's how it is. It's really hot.
But anyways, other than that, beautiful weekend. A lot of different things in the sky I've noticed. I don't know if y'all noticed it. Stars sitting kind of low in the west. I don't know where what direction y'all are in, but there's two
Oh yeah, it was
stars.
really bright.
Right. So there's some kind of alignment that's taking place because these stars I've looked and they weren't like.
And there was no other stars, right?
No, I said, look, where's the other ones? You can barely see it. Some people are saying they're UFOs. No, it's just really bright.
It was, yeah. It was big too.
That picture. Yeah, it's on my phone.
Oh, did you take the picture?
Yeah, I took a picture of the sky last night. I don't know if y'all been watching the sky, right? I mean, whenever you can see up. I know some people have been posting pictures. Oh, look, here it is. Let me show y'all. Let me play this video right here. I played this last night, but I played it at the end of the show. Maybe some of y'all might not have been on here. So I'm going to put it at the beginning of this show tonight. This is from Danielle Knows a Lot, but not everything. Central casting, nothing is what it seems, right?
I think we played that one in the last one.
Yeah, I played it towards the end of the
Yeah.
show. I'm going to put this one at the beginning of the tonight show. I know it says Orange Man bad at bar. Just ignore that. Listen to the message.
I don't like to talk politics on my page, and this truly isn't political, but whenever I say the name Trump, you're going to assume that it's about politics. And if that is you, then you are still asleep. To put it bluntly, you're still sleeping. If you think that's the real Trump up on the television, then you're still asleep. If you still think Orange Man bad, then you're still asleep. Do you think that's the real Trump? Because I don't know how many times has he said over and over and over central casting, central casting, central casting. Thank you, central casting. That's not the real Biden. Biden is gone. Wake up, open your eyes and your ears. Trump is a character in a movie that is playing out on the television to get humanity to wake up to the injustices that have been happening. The system is against you. It's against me. It's against us. Are you still paying your federal taxes? Why? You're still asleep. And I don't mean to be rude to anyone because that's not who I am. But you have to wake up. I don't know how long this movie is going to last. I think we're coming to an end. I don't know how bad it's going to get. But if you're one of the ones still sleeping, it's probably going to be a little rough on you,
It's going to be as bad as you allow it to be on you.
if not very rough on you. And I don't want that for anyone. So I hope this helps someone today. I don't know. Put it in the comments. Maybe your comment will help someone else wake up because I don't want suffering in the world. I don't. We should all be living in peace and love and unity. Anyway, have a good day.
Trump's character has caused more division, more fighting, more so much so that I think everyone's just getting tired of it. Tired of arguing about it, right? You don't even hardly even hear anybody arguing about. They're
So
just talking about what Trump's doing, but not like it was before.
my photo skills. Look at that, boy. Y'all don't know nothing about that. Y'all see that? Pulitzer Prize winning photography here.
Yeah, I have to dust my screen a little so that I don't give you any credit for little dots. There you go, just the two.
Hey, Time Magazine's calling me. Hold on.
You even have your sheep on the bottom. Oh, that's cute.
But
Yeah, that was in the west, right right after sunset.
Yeah, I see a couple of them up there, and then I look around to see if the moon's staring at me, and sometimes this, sometimes not.
This is just above the trees. Like, you see how they're really, really bright?
Hmm.
The other stars are like dim. You can't even hardly see them in the sky, but these two are like hovering just above the trees. But
That's your mother planet coming to take you home.
oh,
It's spying on you right now.
I packed my bags.
Did you see what he just did?
so the title of the show is called "The Fortunes of the Flesh and Fortunes of the Spirit," right? So there's two worlds going on right now that breathe side by side. One glitters with gold, chasing a pulse of desire, the fortunes of the flesh, where power is measured in possessions and pleasure fades with dawn. The other glows quietly within, the fortunes of the spirit, where wealth is peace and truth is the only currency that never loses value. The world of the flesh builds towers that crumble. The world of the spirit builds hearts that endure. One feeds the body, the other frees the soul. And so we stand at the crossroads between what shines and what truly illuminates, between the noise of the world and the whisper of the eternity. The question is, which world do you exist in?
There you go. Which world do you exist in? All right, so we're witnessing the Empire run is over, right? See the bread circus, dog and pony show, whatever you want to call it. That's usually what they do it historically towards the collapse, right? Just like in Rome. And for some people, they can see the collapse happening based on the circus that's taking place around it. So here's a little piece I want to bring. This, let me go here. Talked about that before here. Wait. There we go. All right, the Empire run is over for America.
66. That's Venus and Neptune.
Yeah,
Been up there for 5 days.
yeah.
Yeah.
I've been noticing it the past few days. It's been kind of further in the west, but now it's getting closer to me.
And it's big.
And it's
really
like
big.
keeping, yeah.
They're really bright.
All right, so we see all the entertainment, right? That is taking place on the world stage, right here at the Lincoln Memorial, like, right? The bread and circus.
Look at this. Look where we're at. Look at this beautiful view. You want to act like a fucking animal? Enjoy it. Like an emotional little animal. Like a female. Enjoy it. Look at this. Look at this. Oh, that's so pretty. Looks so good on you.
It's like WWF, right? All you need is Vince McMahon and Linda McMahon to come out. The Rock, The Undertaker.
So good. I think you are fighting for this, right? So good. Okay. No, this is not the belt.
I think some people was wanting to see.
Entertainment.
Huh?
It's just entertainment.
Yeah.
If you want to be entertained.
You want to be entertained? I think some people were wanting to see Hunter versus Don Jr. That would have been a pretty good one.
Yeah, that would have been. That'd have been real good.
I think they tried to arrange that to happen, but you know.
It's mine, boy. Looks mine's better on me. Not the belt fight.
Oh my God.
The store up there's the Stargate, right? Gates are open right now, so things are possible.
Right. And
But they're trying to get you not to focus on you and why that gate is open. They want you to focus on this entertainment stuff.
right.
So then, but that gate's gonna only last so long, then it closes.
Right. They know there are. That's why they have these events during the time these gates are opening and closing.
Exactly. It's right.
Same thing with wrestling.
It's like that Venus and
They have
Neptune's up
four-
there. That's the Stargate.
Yeah.
Right. So focus and do stuff that to advance yourself, what your goals are, whatever it is that you're thriving for, that you're wanting to do, what you want to accomplish. Don't be entertained by that. They know what they're doing.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So summer solstice is coming up, 21st, right? Yeah. So that'd be when the sun is at its furthest away from the equator. That is another cardinal point. So that's about a week away. So during the UFC fight, White House press conferences, Dana White thought Diego Lopez was speaking Spanish and asked for a translator, only to be told that Diego Lopez was actually speaking English. Dana White said, "Wait, are we translating that or what?" The translator said that was in English. And Dana White said, "Oh shit, that was English? It sounded like Spanish to me." I can understand it. I guess because I'm from Texas, that's kind of, I hear accents all day long, so it doesn't bother.
This fight. So I look for the finishes, knockout submission. Always I look for this. This happens Sunday night.
Yo, what's Vic Bland's here? My question is for
Hey, wait a minute. We translating that or what? Where's the translator at?
He's good.
That was English.
That was English.
Oh shit! All right.
If I could understand that, he could understand it. Come on.
Right.
This fight. So I look for the finishes, knockout submission. Always I look for this. This happens Sunday night.
Yo, what's Vic?
Yeah, it sounded like pretty good English to me. Like this would be pretty. I'd be impressed if I was at the corner store and he walked in.
It sounded like a fake accent, really, but it sounded like somebody from New York trying to be
It sounded
Hispanic.
like a Chinese Mexican dude.
Yeah, I think so.
In this fight. So I look for the finishes, knockout submission. Always I look for this. This happens Sunday night.
I thought it was Jackie Chan for a minute.
It's like half French or something. It's a mission. Yeah, but we don't get it.
Yo, what's Vic Bland's here? My question is for
Hey, wait a minute. We translating that or what? Where's the translator at?
He's good.
Did you ever think you'd be seeing a entertainment, a UFC fight, or WWF or WWE? Has the World Wrestling Federation never thought of doing a Monday Night Raw or like a what are their bouts they have? SmackDown or whatever the hell?
Yeah.
WWF. Has anybody ever fought here? Any boxing matches? Is this the first sporting event here? Because I don't.
And they have
I
a
think so.
soccer tournament coming up.
Well, that's not
July.
here in the capital.
Yeah.
On the freaking.
No.
There's never been any sporting event ever.
Not that I've ever
Right.
heard.
Just only speeches.
Yeah.
And protests.
Yeah. That's about it.
Oh wait, Lee Greenwood had to have.
It's like Rome. What did that guy say?
No wait, they did have that when they rededicated everything to God again.
the-
Government
yeah,
ordinance and department.
dedication. But they had that. They had games right before Rome fell.
That's the point. That's what the point we're trying to. There you go. So. Which takes me to. Here's more of that.
No matter what color you are, what country you think, I've always.
So somebody said false flag time. Yeah, it's feeling like it. We got a couple of shootings here across the country in the last 24 hours. So we'll see what happens in the next. And we're talking about peace deal, no peace deal, peace deal, no peace deal, peace deal, no peace deal. Y'all remember that? I mean, war, peace, war, peace, war, peace, war, back and forth, messing with the markets.
Had this philosophy that, thank God, ended up being true. It doesn't matter what color you are, what country you come from, what language you speak. We're all human beings, and fighting's in our DNA. I want to thank Secretary Rubio for all of his support. We are absolutely honored to be here and to be a part of this.
Late last night, they were testing the pyrotechnics. They work. It was good. Secret Service wasn't as excited by the explosions, but everybody else, what they built out there was phenomenal. We'll never see it again. President's threatening to leave it permanently. You heard that, right? Maybe, we'll just host weekly fights between people in politics, Sunday is an unbelievable, historic, I think never to be repeated until next year experience for the American people. The White House is the people's house. It belongs to the people of the United States. The American 250 celebration belongs to the people of the United States. For them to be able to see this event with their White House in the background as part of our celebration as a country in our 250 years, I think is a gift to the American people. This one will have people watching, probably over, 1 billion people all over the world. 1 billion people all over the world will be watching America celebrate its 250th birthday with the White House in the background and some of the best athletes in the world in that octagon.
Yeah, whatever they sign it.
Why is Dana White signing something?
Oh, good. You guys don't know either?
No. I mean, that's kind of weird.
No, I
isn't
just snuck this piece in just to add to it. I really wasn't going to play it, but since we're talking about bread and circus and fall of Rome and all that, we're seeing all that take place, which leads me to my point here that I was going to. So this is from. I'm going to call just a minute or two of this interview here. The empire run is over for America. Right.
Yeah.
And well, you got the trio up here, and you know what we're talking about? We're talking about the empire has done had its run. It's over. It's over, ain't it?
Yeah.
And you know,
over.
You know, it was another sign to let me know that the empire is over. Is when they started setting up the stage for UFC to be at the White House.
That's a very good one.
Rome is about to fall.
What do you do? You give them fun and games, don't you?
We're building a ballroom. We've got fighting going on.
Are you not entertained?
And it's Taco Tuesday.
And here we are bombing other countries for the sake of Israel. Israel bombing us, and then we're blaming it on other countries.
And while we're signing agreements, so they're part of our military, while they're under investigation for listening devices that they had planted. You can't make this shit up.
They said months ago that they was gonna have a pre-register for the draft in December. They said that months ago, this December. Why are y'all already calling that? That means you already planned for this to be prolonged.
Well, you got to understand. I say this and people get pissed off at me. They really get mad at me when I start talking about this. Everything that is going on in history is still happening today, but what is covering it up is modernism.
Yes.
You follow me? Because, people not walking around with pitchforks and staves and swords and stuff, and they don't get it. While one people go and rape, rob, pillage, exploit another people. So it's the same thing. Now, once you get into civilization, you have the upper echelon, the billionaires, the people who have got all the money. And then you have the so-called middle class.
Yeah.
The middle class go and they own businesses and they work for the people up top that are the real movers and shakers.
Yes.
And then they go, and some of them go and get the jobs on the police force. And they're better than the poor and underprivileged because they're making more income.
They are.
Now, the billionaires are still taxing the middle class just like you're doing the poor and the serfs, but you're above them because we allow you to make more money.
Exactly.
And that's what's really going on. And so that's what they're doing. That's what Trump and them doing. He's enriching the pockets of the billionaires to keep them in their position of power and authority and stuff. And the rest of the people in the world haven't woke up yet. At least back then, if people had too much, they could get their pitchforks and staves and they can go raid them.
Yeah, they could.
But now they got all the power to be able to punch a button, to send a military off while they're sitting back. Used to be a time when kings and rulers and stuff, they used to be out on the battlefield.
Yep.
As soon as something sneezed, boy, they'd rush them off somewhere else, man. They got this system planned and they've learned from their mistakes.
Because now they just push a button. No more water for you. No more electricity. No more food.
They want to set up.
You just said a very key point right there. You remember that question I proposed and asked many, many years ago, many moons ago, and I said, if you were the devil, what would you do to control the people? Food. And Brother Bud just mentioned something that's even a greater asset than food, water.
Yes.
Most people out here ain't got access to clean water.
That's true.
Y'all in the city 3 days without water. What if they cut their water supply off? Then what?
Everybody goes crazy. Start looking for bottled water. All right, so you start seeing the signs of the fall of Rome.
So, says it's time to pay attention, right, to the effery going on.
Effery.
Remember the UN Agenda 2030 endorsed by President Obama in 2025? If not, it's the global techno-fascist plan for your life, hatched by the oligarchs of the WEF in Davos. Global Goals for Sustainable Development, aka SDGs. Its precursor is UN Agenda 21, was signed in 1992 by Republican President George H.W. Bush, ex-head of CIA and Rockefeller puppet. Many voted for Trump because he said he would defend our sovereignty from those wannabe world rulers. Trump just rebranded it. Real ID is AKA digital ID. Palantir is surveillance. Data centers, stable coins, aka CBDC. Freedom cities, aka smart cities, or 15-minute cities. The digital cage and all are in on it because that's how the unit party rolls. their uniparty. That's why Trump showed you the line saying, let's have a uniparty, because they already are. The ones at the top are already unified. They're not separate. They when they go back and forth at each other, the Democrats, the Republicans, that's all an act.
Right? Distracted by bread circuses to follow the Roman Empire.
And all journalists know that there's some things you don't write about and you don't talk about because you'll lose your job. And that's where the control is. And that's why they pay anchormen like Dan Rather $2 million a year, because he doesn't question them. He knows that if he goes against them, he's going to lose $2 million a year. Do you think a man that looks pretty and sits in front of a TV camera for the 6 o'clock news is worth $2 million a year? No way. I don't care how long he works and I don't care what he does. There is no job worth $2 million a year. That's why they pay athletes these fantastic salaries. I was listening to the radio the other day. They just contracted to pay one player on one team $6 million a year. Can you believe this?
And why is that?
It's the Roman circus. What does the emperor do when the people become restive? And when the people are asking questions and when the people don't like the policies of the emperor, he sends them to the circus. He creates a circus. He builds a giant coliseum. And he begins to throw the Christians to the lions. And he has great chariot races and football games and basketball games, all to keep the idiots preoccupied with things that don't mean anything in the scheme of the entire world, so that they don't have the time to learn what the truth is, so they don't ever get smart enough to learn how they're being manipulated, so they don't ever question the emperor. That's why they pay a player on a football team or a baseball team $1 million or $2 million or $3 million a year. It is the Roman circus. I know men who don't know anything in the world except who plays third base for the Mets. And they think that's a great accomplishment. And they meet and pat each other on the back and bond and go have cocktails and talk about what this guy that plays third base for the Mets did in last night's game. It's sad. It's really sad.
Hey, Pastor Steve Waldron here with 1 Minute Power Thought. Bread and circuses. This was the motto of the Roman emperors on how to do whatever they wanted as long as the people were filled with bread and had entertainment in front of them. We need to be very careful about that we don't just get consumed with bread and circuses in our life. The life is more than meat. The life is more than entertainment. Term entertainment, amusement, means no thinking. So be very careful with the bread and circuses mentality. While those around you, sometimes people in leadership do things that they shouldn't be doing. Bread and circuses, be careful. God bless you today.
So he put that out like what, 9-10 years ago, this video, coming from New Life of Albany, Georgia, right? We're familiar with the bread circus. What does it mean and where does it come from? There's different ones. World history.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Is this not why you are here?
Right? Are you not entertained? Isn't this why you're here? Is that what he said?
Yeah.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Is this not why you are here?
Now governments distract before collapse is the point of the show. What we're saying here, something's coming. Secret that unfolds. Circuses. Oh, this ought to be a good one.
Gentlemen. Captain, I see on your report Flavius was killed. I am sorry. I like that huge sun worshiper.
I wish we could have examined that belief of his more closely. It seems illogical for a sun worshiper to develop a philosophy of total brotherhood. Sun worship is usually a primitive superstition religion.
I'm afraid you have it all wrong, Mr. Spock, all of you. I've been monitoring some of their old-style radio waves. The Empire spokesman trying to ridicule their religion. But he couldn't.
Huh.
Well, don't you understand?
Yeah, they were monitoring their airwaves. Huh.
It's not the sun up in the sky. It's the Son of God.
Caesar and Christ, they had them both. And the word is spreading only now.
Philosophy of total love and total brotherhood. It will replace their imperial Rome, but it will happen in their 20th century.
Wouldn't it be something to watch, to be a part of? To see it happen all over again. Mr. Chekhov, taking a look ahead. Walk factor 1.
Warp speed. What does that say? Warp speed.
Hi, sir.
Look, they already had flat screens back then. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They already had a flat screen.
Oh, I thought that was. I always thought that was Windows. That's a TV.
Yeah.
Am I the only person?
Like a camera, maybe a camera, like on a TV.
Yeah. Well, I thought it was a screen at the window. I didn't think that. Oh, gee whiz. I can't be the only one. Somebody has to.
You thought that was a window, a little square one. Hey, it could be. I don't know. That could be what it was intended for, but what I see it as today. All right, so we're beating that dead horse. Let's continue here. I don't know if y'all seen the Bigfoot, latest on Bigfoot. There's a guy that he has a preserved Bigfoot corpse in his possession, and people can't believe what they're seeing. It's not like a footprint. It's not a blurry photo. It's not a story from a friend of a friend. An alleged Bigfoot body. The man in the video claims the specimen has been preserved for decades and subjected to testing over the years. According to him, one of the earliest examinations was conducted by a DuPont in the 1970s. Why would DuPont be testing it out?
Not exactly.
Oh, to see if it was synthetic hair, the hairs, and then also the blood. And he says the results revealed something highly unusual. He claims researchers found the creature did not have iron-rich blood like humans. It had copper-rich blood. So it had like patina. He points to the green discoloration around the eyes and gums and says it's similar to the patina that forms on oxidized copper. He also claims that the specimen displayed unusual magnetic properties. So his conclusion, this wasn't an undiscovered animal. It wasn't even from Earth. He believes it's an interdimensional creature. So the body is right here, right there on camera for everyone to see. What do you think?
What do y'all think?
What
Really
do y'all
not.
think?
When he got them back, my father, I heard they have a copper-rich blood. Yes, testing has been done. The first time testing was done in the 70s by the DuPont Corporation. My father did not trust John DuPont and got the specimens back. When he got them back, my father, I heard him talking on the phone. And he said, they do not have iron in their blood. They have copper. It's not an iron-rich blood in this creature. It's copper-rich. It is not a mammal. And I do not believe that these are from the earth. I believe that they're an interdimensional creature. If you look at the mouth, there's like a green patina. Also around the eyes, you can see a green patina. That is because they have a copper-rich blood, not iron-rich. They all have magnetism. 2, they all have varying amounts of iron on them. And 3, if you look at around their eyes and their gums, you can see a patina like you would see on copper. They have a copper-rich blood, not iron-rich. When I think about that, and when I first found this out, I instantly thought about magnets and copper. What do you come up with? Electricity.
It looks kind of like the guy from, remember that story, that comic written in Iran, Texas?
Oh, I forget the name. The cartoon.
Uh-huh. The comic.
Right. Oli.
Yeah, Ollie or
Oli.
something like that. And it shows like a drawing of what looks to be would have been a Bigfoot interdimensional.
Well, that would have, if it's right there in front of him, it would have had to have been stuffed. And why would he need the gloves? What's he been doing?
Right. Right.
And I saw him on the $6 Million Man. He was taller than that. So
Well, if it was interdimensional, his body wouldn't be solid like that.
it kind of looks, when you see the whole thing, it looked like a totem pole, because we have them here up here, and it looks kind of like how a totem pole would be. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the copper thing, that's why, because I've been using the colloidal copper to keep my hair color, over the past, like, I don't know, 6 months or something. Yeah, it helps. And that's why that's that color. It has that red in it.
Yes.
Yeah, Ollie.
Ollie.
Yeah, it looks like this. See that? Yeah, like that. Like everybody described it as some kind of. That was written in Iran, Texas. This is where they have the mining centers, the mining.
From what I remember, in Iran, Texas, they have more oil there, you guys said, than anywhere else, right?
It's the largest oil baron in the basin. I mean, in the entire world.
Yeah. I've been putting that out on Twitter. I've been putting it out on the news channels too.
Wow. Never even heard of Iran, Texas.
Yeah, these whole fields right here are Iran, Texas, all oil. That's where the comic was written that I'm showing. But here's a little town over here to the right. They have little Bitcoin mining centers out here that Ted Cruz has invested in. I think he just recently invested in it last year. So they're putting the mining centers right next to the oil so that they don't have to haul fuel to their generators. They want to be off grid, so they just got to put straight into this right here, so they'll never run out of gas. And it cuts costs and keeps them off grid.
Yes.
All right, here's this next piece right here. So look up what happened to this man after he explained what the parasites are trying to do right now.
He buys up all these scientists. They get laid off down there in New Mexico, and he buys them all up and he starts hiring them. And he does it for edge.org. What they're trying to do is they're trying to solve the psychoid layer. The psychoid layer is like where you know the world is magic. Like, you know, this is a realm of God, but you forget and you go back to work to make money, to pay the bills, and you get into the toil of things, but you really know that it's a spiritual realm. But they know it's a spiritual realm. They don't have a secondary thing. They already have all the money, so they're just figuring out what the psychoid is. So the way that they would try to solve the psychoid is through the wave interference pattern. The wave interference pattern is where they shoot these electrons through.
So did you hear that? They already have all the money now. They're trying to figure out the spiritual side.
Yeah.
They got the material. We get
Everything's backwards with them. Every freaking thing.
they can't buy what we have.
Right. They said Trump made over $4 billion just this term. And he hasn't even been in their entire year. Is that crazy?
Magic. Like, you know, this is a realm of
Right here. So the secret.
psychoid layer. The psychoid layer is like where you know the world is magic. Like, you know, this is a realm of God, but you forget and you go back to work to make money, to pay the bills, and you get into the toil of things, but you really know that it's a spiritual realm. But they know it's a spiritual realm. They don't have a secondary thing. They already have all the money, so they're just figuring out what the psychoid is. So the way that they would try to solve the psychoid is through the wave interference pattern. The wave interference pattern is where they shoot these electrons through these two slits. And as you observe the electron, it stays in physical form. But if you're not observing it, the electrons turn into waves, and the waves can split between slits, and whenever they go through, they bounce off each other, and then those waves bounce and those waves bounce, and it causes a wave interference pattern. That's not exact, but that's the basics behind it. Because I don't want some asshole telling me, let's roll this slightly this. I know what it is. Because the reason I know what it is because that's what they're studying, and they're studying the way that these fractal patterns happen in reality. And once you understand that, you kind of can understand that money isn't real. It's an illusion. I mean, you believe it's real, but really it's energy. And it's these little energy bubbles that exist beyond the veil of consciousness. Beyond the veil are energy bubbles. And in the energy bubbles, they have modalities. And these modalities have codes that are not changeable. But you can project onto them through these waves and call it a submodality, which slightly changes the energy. So you're broke, you're poor, you have money, you don't have money. It's not real. And try your best. Something happens. That's the way it is. That's why you have $10,000 and you're like, saved it up. Whoops, the motor blown up. I have zero. Because it's energy. It's a flow of energy. So they want to solve that, and they also want to solve the translatory language beyond the Yoganandan dialect, this language that gets spoken, grunts and symbols from the ancient times, which form onto these modalities symbols that have entanglements, and those entanglements have emotional charge and all this stuff. And it's too much for the human mind. Like, you can see it happening, you can watch it happening, and people can walk along me and they'll be like, oh my God, that's freaking, no way that you could do that, no way. But it's just because it's just really obvious.
All right, so the object only moves when you observe it. When you look away from it, it stands still. So, but like he said,
The energy bubbles, they have modalities, and these modalities have codes that are not changeable. But you can project onto them through these waves and call it a submodality, which slightly changes the energy. So you're broke, you're poor, you have money, you don't have money. It's not real. And try your best. Something happens. That's the way it is. That's why you have $10,000 and you're like, saved it up. Whoops, the motor blown up.
how many people have done that? Saved up some money and then something happened.
Oh yeah, I think everybody.
What is that?
That's zero. Because it's energy. It's a flow of energy. So they want to solve that, and they also want to solve the translatory language beyond the Yoganandan dialect, this language that gets spoken, grunts and symbols from the ancient times, which which form onto these modalities symbols that have entanglements, and those entanglements have emotional charge and all this stuff. And it's too much for the human mind. Like, you can see it happening, you can watch it happening, and people can walk along me and they'll be like, oh my God, that's freaking, no way that you could do that, no way. But it's just because it's just really obvious.
They figured out the realm he's in, and it's not the material one, it's a spiritual one. The trap is the material, guys.
Yes.
That's why they put it on the money. It's paper, it's cotton. It's just that's why they, what do they call it?
Cotton.
In the hood, they call it they call it the trap.
Still picking cotton.
They call it the trap. Money's the trap. To get you away from the spiritual, like you said, you have to go back to work, and you go back to work right here.
And he buys them all up and he starts hiring them, and he does.
So let me show. So modality, or so the psychoid layer is what he's talking about, is a foundational realm in psychology where the mental and physical intersect, bridging psyche and matter beyond conscious awareness. Of course, it was introduced by Carl Jung. Primordial pre-psychic dimensions where psychological and physical processes are interconnected, forming a continuum rather than separate domains. It is neither fully conscious nor unconscious, but serves as a substrate where archetypes of the collective unconscious can manifest in both mental and material forms. This layer is essential to understanding phenomena like synchronicities, where meaningful coincidences, right, like interstates with external events, suggesting a deeper casual order. Key characteristics of it is inaccessible to consciousness, bridge between psyche and matter, manifestation in archetypes, and heuristic, not tangible. So they emerge as dreams. They can be happening in your physical events or synchronistic experiences, or reflecting the psychoid's influence. It transcends dualism, showing that the mind and physical reality are inseparable and at a fundamental level. In summary, the psychoid layer is a metaphysical and psychological concept that provides a framework for understanding the interconnectedness of mind, body, and the external world, offering insight into the archetypal POW processes, synchronicity, and the deeper structure of experience. So apparently, allegedly, he was no longer with us, probably deleted.
So would that be kind of like hypnotherapy?
What?
But
Would that,
hypnotherapy.
it would or not? It's like a 3D hypnotherapy.
Yeah, I would think so. Yeah.
That's what Truman figured out when he realized everything was same concept, right? Just like the Truman Show.
Yes.
Yeah, when you realize that, well, I kind of always thought about it, but that everything is being seen, everything. So it's like, yeah, I'm here all week.
Crazy. All right, so here is. I don't want to cover the politics side of this shit. I want to cover. Let's do this one. So it's not just block cameras being installed dangerously, but if you look down at the bases of the the cameras right here, I'll go ahead and fast forward it right here. You can see that they're supposed to have, see that? How it's mounted? The poles, this doesn't have it's the snap away fitting, so in case a car comes through here, they're supposed to snap right off so it doesn't go through the car or whatever. It's a safety feature. And they bypass that on most of these. I don't know if to save money or something or what, but just right off the bat, it's a safety hazard. So you may want to check yours in your town and then let the city council know that they improperly installed these flock cameras first off. And it says flock safety, right?
Yes.
Well, that's not safe, is it?
No.
Motorola, come here, tear down this pole and put one that's crash worthy. Put one that's not in the clear zone of a gating guardrail end terminal, a sucky one at that in the Trinity ET Plus. You have it encased in concrete. It's a heavy, heavy steel pole. And Garrett Langley, who's the CEO of Flock, I post some videos. Now they stepped up. They stepped up. They inspected all the cameras, all of them on Tennessee DOT's right of ways. But your camera here is not crash worthy. It is in the clear zone of that gating guardrail end terminal. During crash testing, when they hit that one, the guardrail or the vehicle ended way up there. They're going to hit your pole. That solid steel spear is going to kill someone. You claim that you are trying to save lives. Prove it. Come here, tear down the pole, and if you want to put one back, move it outside the clear zone because this is not crash worthy.
It's not crash worthy. So they want to cut corners, no pun intended, right?
Yeah.
They put these things on the corner without that. Yeah, there's supposed to be two plates. One plate it bolts to. It's got 3 bolts, and then the pole bolts to that, and they're just real quick snap away bolts, right?
What you're about to watch.
All right, so this is coming from Sean Hendricks. He will not speak on flock cameras. Oh, I'm sorry, I've already spoke on him. Local petty tyrant. This man and his cronies need to be made family. Please share. He is Michael Garrison, the chairman of the Madison County Board of Commissioners. See what he's got to say. Yeah.
Is going to infuriate you. It is a local politician shutting down discussion on flock cameras. This is why local elections matter. These petty tyrants have no consequences for their actions, and they can speak and treat people like this. Watch.
How many people are here for public comment, specifically dealing with opposition to license plate readers, aka flock? Let's see, probably most everybody. You will not speak on flock tonight. One person designate. You can pick that person. You can pick that person to represent the interest of flock.
Individually, we're representing ourselves for what reason? What reason?
For the interest of judicial, we have 21 people. We have a budget that we need to get through. I've spoken. I'm not debating this. I'm telling you, I am taking advantage of our policy as it is written to streamline this process. You can either do it or not. We're going to allow one person. Pick a person or not.
Come back to where we can all speak. Where's the policy?
The board does have the ability to modify its policy as long as there is a public comment period at each regular session of the board.
I'm not here as a group, I'm here as an individual speaking.
Don't want to argue with you, sir. I read what the policy is, and that is how it is interpreted.
You guys are going to decide not to listen to your citizens. That's what you're saying.
I'm going to follow the policy.
Our taxpayers' money is paying for this.
I'm not having this discussion. Either you're going to select somebody or you're not. We have nothing to do with flock cameras. We're not going to have this discussion, sir.
You can pass ordinances that prevent the.
Are you guys, as a group
of speakers, are you going to select a representative to speak or not? I'm moving on. You either select a speaker or you don't.
What you're about to watch is going to infuriate you. It is a local politician shutting down discussion on flock cameras. This is
So that's what to reiterate what we just witnessed.
Yeah, done it. Thank you, KBB, for the donation. I appreciate you.
Thank you. Generous donation. Thank you. Appreciate it. Go right to travel.
Citizen, or the right of a citizen to use the highways, including the streets of the city or town, for travel and to transport his goods, is an inherent right which cannot be
Inherent. Wow.
taken from him. My. More to come. Ooh, what's that? False imprisonment, kidnapping. An illegal arrest is an assault and battery. The person so attempted to be restrained of his liberty has the same right to use force in defending himself as he would in repelling any other assault and battery. Let me explain. Because when a peace officer, pig.
So what? What? So when you hear the word inherent, it means existing in something as a permanent, essential, or characteristic attribute. Permanent, essential.
Goes outside of their oath of office and violate the Constitution, and I have the case law to prove it. They are acting in their private capacity, not as a peace officer. That means they're just an armed assailant running their mouth trying to kidnap you. So you have every lawful right to defend yourself. Why do you think they don't want you armed? Because you have the fucking right to defend yourself. City of Dallas v. Mitchell, 254, capital S period, capital W period, 944, comma 945 and 946. Another constitutional Supreme Court case law ruling says the same shit. Okay. And side note, if they're acting outside of their authority, now they're impersonating a peace officer. Another fucking crime. Hold on. Yes, look at that. More Supreme Court ruling. Read it. Next. Law enforcement officers. Look at this. Any restraint, however slight, upon another's liberty to come and go as one pleases, constitutes an arrest. There you go. Now we're going to jump right over here. What's this say? Peace officers, the reason for the initial detention. Running or speeding and running a red light are not a breach of the peace. Perkins v. Texas, 812. There's that capital S period, capital W period again. 2D, 326. Hold your horses. Okay. Operator includes every person. A person is the corporation. That's the all caps name. It's not you. Now it says what? No person shall drive a motor vehicle on public street or highway of this state without first having been licensed under this chapter. Delaware Code and title. That doesn't supersede the Constitution, and they must be made in pursuance thereof. Codes are not law, okay? So this is contradictory. However, there's the key, because that's the corporation, and they want you to contract, and you have the unlimited ability to contract or not to contract. Okay, they can't force you to. That's up to you. Okay, next. Here's part of that clarification. Driver, one employed in conducting a coach, carriage, wagon, or other vehicle with horses, mules, or other animals, or a bicycle, tricycle, or motor other than motor or other motor car, though not a street railroad car. Okay, now hold on. We're going to clarify that. Let's add this. Right to travel. At common law, there is no precise limit of speed. A traveler by automobile must adopt a reasonable speed. See that American jurisprudence, page 645? That's some heavy duty stuff where the law is concerned. And I have all of it printed out and folded up. Yes, I do. You're welcome. Hold on. We got one more. Now remember, statutes, codes, and all that shit only apply to public officials and elected officials, public servants, not us. 18 U.S. Code, subsection 31, definitions, okay? See, like aircraft, aviation, quality. Now, we're going to go right over here. Motor vehicle. The term motor vehicle means every description of carriage or other contrivance propelled or drawn by mechanical power and used for commercial purposes. 10, the definition, used for commercial purposes. The term used for commercial purposes means the carriage of persons or property for any fee, fare, rate, charge, or other consideration, or directly or indirectly in connection with any business or other undertaking intended for profit. Now, whenever you're traveling, those that are with you are your guests, not passengers. Verbiage counts. You need to learn how they manipulate it. Next vid coming. What's this? More case law?
There we go. And more on that? Corporations can only contract with corporations.
Because in maritime courts, corporations can only contract with other corporations. A lawyer can only represent you as a corporation. And let me ask you a question, Ann. Can your corporation run a red light?
No, my corporation cannot run a red light.
No. So he's giving you an affidavit of fiction because he works for a legal fiction and he's trying to get you to respond to the legal fiction. And if he can't get you to respond to the legal fiction, he can't contract with you. In that case, what you want to do is let him commit the crime. We're going to operate on acceptance. Not that we're trying to trap him or anything. We're just trying to educate him, right? So the first thing you can ask a police officer is, excuse me, sir, are you attempting to traffic my person? And the person is the all caps corporation. Okay. And he's going to say no because he doesn't know better, and that's okay. But what he's ultimately doing is he's giving you a ticket, an affidavit of fiction, and that's got a 30-day notice. You've got a choice to show up at court, right? You know that if you don't show up at court, you're presumed guilty, right? And you know that they're going to then sell that as a debt instrument. But what you don't know is that in every court case, they're going to open up a trust in your name. Now, did you give them permission to do that?
And I did not.
No. And then what they're going to do is they're going to put 3 bonds in that trust. They're going to put a bid, a performance, and a payment bond in there. And then they're going to basically trade you on through your Sesta KV trust, which you didn't even know you had. And they're going to make anywhere from $2 to $5 million per traffic violation. And technically in the background, they are then selling those as debt instruments. The courts are selling them as debt instruments up to the Treasury.
That's right.
So they're making good money on issuing traffic violations. And that's why they have a quota. So what you could do is you could turn around and grab an affidavit of truth, because in an affidavit of truth, it's all common law. So you leave the court systems completely behind because they're all corrupt at this point. They're all just administrative maritime courts. And what you could do is you can operate. So imagine you're on a playing field down here, Ann, and this is maritime. We're going to take it to a playing field up here. And by the way, the playing field down here, we're like in the football field and we're all the way back to the 1 yard line because no one ever taught us how to play offense. But I'm about to take you to a football field right above that. You're going to fly right over to the end zone because you're operating in truth and no one can rebut truth. So you're going to give them words that no man can gainsay. And in your affidavit of truth, you're going to say in that affidavit, there is no evidence that you didn't just hold me at gunpoint and attempt to traffic my person. There's no evidence that you're not working for a foreign corporation. There's no evidence that you are actually, in fact, a police or policy enforcer for the original republic. There is no evidence that you haven't signed an oath or have signed an oath to we the people, right? So what we are going to do with this affidavit of truth is we're reasonable. It's a negotiable instrument. So this officer can choose to either sign an oath to we the people, or he can choose to resign. He can do anything he wants. He can negotiate this instrument, but technically he's taking a personal liability with every single ticket that he issues because he is working for a crime syndicate. And because he doesn't know that, that's okay. But in common law, every single man or woman is accountable for their deeds on this earth. So they have to be notified. So you put them on notice. So in your affidavit of truth, not only should it have documentaries to wake this officer up and let him know what's really going on, because again, he's probably a good guy, doesn't know what's going on. But in this affidavit of truth, you can let him know that there are all these things he has to rebut. In other words, he has to prove. You're giving him you're forcing burden of proof back on him that he has in fact signed an oath to we the people. And he hasn't, so he cannot prove otherwise. And when you put it in a negative advertement statement, you're basically saying there is no evidence to show that you did not just do this. Now, this is a very powerful statement. A negative advertement statement is very different than asking them for burden of proof. I'm not saying, hey, under burden of proof, prove to me you didn't just do this. Prove to me there wasn't bank fraud. Under burden of proof, prove to me that you didn't just willingly traffic my person. They can't prove that. But if you say there is no evidence, you're asking him to come to a court of record with evidence. You're forcing him to prove his innocence. So you're saying there's no evidence to prove you didn't just hold me at gunpoint. Okay. And which is extortion. It's forced law. Okay. So when you do this, again, in your affidavit of truth, you give him a timeline. He's got 30 days to seek a trial by peers or to cure, or he is now personally liable. And you can rack up these charges to about $1 million a pop. So if some of the people knew this right now and they were serving affidavits back to police officers, we're really just flipping the playbook. And at that point, this becomes a debt instrument.
So do your affidavit of truth, carry it in your car, right? Use it. You get pulled over, right? You have to operate in truth. That's one thing they don't do. So you have to do it.
Can you put that, post that?
Can you post that, babe?
That was really good.
Yeah. I think we played that a while back on Mike's show, but it's good information.
Yeah, it got me inflamed for a few minutes there.
Yep, there you go. Right there. There's that. Let me put it on Rumble.
Right. Have no fear, right?
The end is near.
No fear.
Yeah, the more we learn, the less fearful that it's great to figure it out after all these years.
It is. Right? It's amazing.
Honestly, at this point in human history, fuck the Met Gala, fuck Coachella, fuck Rolling Loud, fuck the NBA or NFL playoffs, fuck the Super Bowl, fuck spending money, fuck going to work, fuck celebrity worship, fuck politics, fuck relationship podcasts, fuck paying taxes, fuck entertainment, fuck concerts, fuck all of this shit. It's literally time to shut this shit the fuck down for good. Nothing changes if nothing changes. Nobody is angry enough. Pedophiles and baby-eating, blood-drinking demons rule the world. They are making the cost of living and the cost of everything damn near unaffordable, like gas, rent, food, water, basic shit that we can't live without, mind you. They are erasing people's cultures, histories, and lineages and rights. They're using your tax money to bomb foreign nations and innocent women and children. When will enough be enough? And you know what's crazy? Most people think we need to go in the streets and protest and riot violently. Fuck no. That's exactly what they want. The best way to shut down the system, and I've said this before, is to stop participating in it. Stay in your homes, stop going to work, stop buying, stop clocking in, stop feeding into their entertainment. And I promise you, watch how fucking quickly this entire system shuts down. The game ends immediately. The machine only breathes because you give it your oxygen. We've been hypnotized into believing we're the audience in a theater, but we aren't the audience. We're the fuel. Every time you scroll through a red carpet event while your fridge is empty, you're feeding the demon. Every time you argue over a political puppet while your tax dollars are being converted into shrapnel to tear through the flesh of a child halfway across the world, you're signing the check. They have commodified your attention and weaponized your survival. And they've gaslit a majority of the world to think we need them more than they need us. Fuck no. They need us more than we need them. Because remember, I've said this before, they manage the power. We are the power. Without us, their system doesn't exist. It doesn't fucking exist without us. People are spiritually exhausted. That's the part nobody says out loud. Everybody keeps talking about inflation, politics, dating, culture wars, left versus right, man versus women, black versus white. But underneath all of it is exhaustion. People are tired of feeling like life has been reduced to surviving bills while pretending to be entertained. Tired of waking up just to sell hours of their existence back to a machine that would replace them in a week if they died tomorrow. They're tired of being told to heal individually while living inside systems that profit from stress, division, addiction, insecurity, loneliness, and overconsumption. And the craziest part, most people know something feels wrong, but they're so overstimulated and beaten down that they don't even know where to place the anger anymore. They're so exhausted. They're so mentally drained. Their brains are fried. And the real trap was never chains. It was convenience, endless scrolling, endless dopamine, endless noise, a population distracted enough to confuse stimulation with fulfillment. We became a civilization of spectators watching our own lives happen from behind a screen. Everybody's consuming, barely anybody's creating, barely anybody's present. Families sit in the same room staring at different algorithms. Friends hang out while mentally somewhere else. People know more celebrity gossip than they know about their own grandparents. And corporations figured out a long time ago that a distracted population is much easier to sell to than a connected one. And no, the answer is not blind destruction or chaos. Chaos burns ordinary people first. The answer is discipline, community, consistency, building local relationships again, supporting actual human beings instead of giant systems whenever possible, learning skills, spending less time hypnotized by outrage and entertainment, thinking critically, becoming harder to manipulate emotionally. The system becomes weaker the second people stop acting like consumers first and human beings second. That's where real power starts, not in screaming or performative outrage, in clarity, awareness, reflection, introspection, self-control, in millions of people collectively quietly deciding they're done living disconnected from themselves. They're done participating in the system that has no benefit. And the root cause of this nightmare is this entire matrix. We've been programmed from birth to ask for permission to exist, to eat, and to move. We think we need a leader to tell us when to be angry or a riot to show we're serious. But the most terrifying thing to a tyrant is not a brick through a window. It's an empty office. It's a silent cash register. It's a world where the masses simply stop looking at the screen. They want the violence because violence is a language they speak better than you. They want the riots because it justifies the boots on your neck. But they have no plan for a world that just sits down and says, no, we're not doing this anymore. If the bus doesn't move, the stock market doesn't tick, and the celebrities are screaming into an empty void because nobody is watching the feed, the illusion vanishes. The demons only have power because we agreed to play their game. The solution is a total, unapologetic withdrawal of consent. Stop seeking fixes within a system designed to keep you broken. And this is not about a strike. It's about a complete divorce from a parasitic reality. We have to reclaim the internal spark that they've tried to drown in a sea of distractions and debt. When you stop feeding the beast starves. It's that simple. And it's that horrific for them. The exit door is not in the streets. It's in your refusal to participate in your own destruction. The game ends the second you decide you're no longer a player. Shut it down. All of it, all of you, all of us, now.
Shut it down.
That church right down, remember, during COVID?
Y'all need to shut that church down.
Yeah. It sounded like something from a movie.
That was perfect.
Okay.
Are you gonna share him too?
Yeah,
Who's he
that's
with?
I guess I'll share him. This is a clip. Here it is. It's on.
Bro, honestly, at this.
Real Ben shared this on X at Real Ben, but it's from someone else's Content. Let me see if they got it listed below who that is.
If you forward it to me, I'll put it on Facebook, and then Facebook will label it who it is. If it doesn't have it.
Oh, will it?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
They just started doing that.
Oh, wow. Here, let me put it in the comments for the. There, it's going. Should go to Facebook right there automatically.
Okay. Then it will give it. It will.
I'll get you the name here in a second, Nadine. I like to get.
Thank you.
Yeah, you sit in the same room, and everyone has a different algorithm. That's what's going on. You got us all separated by algorithm. You don't realize that, but if you live in a big family and all y'all got phones,
and they're all on different.
put all of you go to your Facebook feeds at the same time, set them all out on a table, and then scroll your Facebook feeds. Each one of you at the same time, each one, and then look at each one's, and then go, and then you'll see what we're talking about.
Yes.
About the algorithm, like you mentioned in this video.
Baseball seems to sell.
What is that? Oh, here it is. Let me scroll up. All right. Did you get the name?
Oh, I already followed Ben. I just didn't have it done. Thank you.
Is anybody paying? I'm not paying attention to the World Cup symbolism, but there's the symbolism. Nuclear. So in the video. Right, I believe Trump was talking about nuclear N-word this weekend. But then we're signing the peace deal.
What they say, the data centers are equivalent. Where is that one? To 25 atomic bombs.
Yeah. And we got 5,000 of those things in America.
That's just one data center. Yeah.
Okay, so the symbolism is still running very high with the World Cup. I don't know if you can see the nuclear symbol.
Right. Yeah, that's in all the Trump movies. Is the nuclear.
Yeah, that
even
right
in
there.
Back to the Future.
And 9/11s are all in his.
Right here. And this is super interesting considering it's exactly the same as the Ouroboros, you know, the snake eating its own tail, the infinity symbol. Because, you know, when you realize that Trump loves his symbolism and numerology, you realize that this number, the 88, seems to replicate all over Trump's work. Just like, you know, his first presidential voting number was 88. Or, you know, Trump's gematria coding is literally 888, or Trump is 88. And what's weird is the year that Donald Trump apparently lost his mind was 1988. The famous Trump baseball seems to sell for $88. Just a couple more, Trump reveals endorsements of 88 military officials. But what about the 88 reasons why Trump is unfit to serve as president according to an official Democrats resolution? 88. 88 million and counting. Trump amasses huge head start for 2020 campaign. 88. Oh, and would you look at that? Trump posted himself that he was 88% approved on job approvals. And did you know that 88 is very well known for it being a white supremacist numerical code for H, because H is the 8th letter of the alphabet. Now, who remembers Trump's inauguration where Elon Musk was seen doing this certain salute? You know, that certain salute which replicates numerically to 88. Hey, have you seen Trump's father? Kinda looks like someone. But obviously, you know, this was all just for entertainment, beautiful people. Clearly, I'm just a satire account and all of these symbols and...
Yeah. So you can take the symbols and you can look at it that way if you want.
And yeah, I mean, you saw Trump's
There's the
dad.
dark and the light.
It looks like he had a mask on. And some say it was Hitler. But and there is a photograph of Hitler sitting there. There's a little boy standing next to him. I'll see if I can find it. It was several years ago. But it looks just like Trump, blonde hair and the blue eyes. And then remember Dick Gregory said, "Have you ever seen Trump's daddy? And that don't scare you?"
Right.
And Trump did say he was proud of his German blood.
So here is back in 1984, the closing ceremony of the Olympics in Los Angeles ended with a UFO and a mock alien invasion.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Today, a movie called Disclosure Day was released, and the World Cup is underway. If there were ever a perfect time to roll out Project Bluebeam and go all in on the alien psyop, this would be it.
Yeah, and that's why, I mean, they're already showing the Nordics there at the White House. Right, I ran that through AI, and AI said that it looked like AI. The
AI said it looked like AI.
AI said it looked like AI. The white, the tall whites or the Nordics or whatever. Yeah, because it said that the faces are too symmetric. The outfits are generated by AI, but who knows? I just wanted to see what AI said, but if they didn't look like us, so then it wouldn't capture it that way either. So, but it looks like, yeah, they're setting up the stage, right?
Like the final battle on that movie V says they look like us, but they're not us.
Yes.
Remember, is that what you're talking about? Machine?
Yeah, you have that one. Did you save that?
Yeah. I'll play it here in a second, but let's show this.
Los Angeles Games raised eyebrows at the time, but alien enthusiasts still claim that the Olympic event had a more sinister purpose, 32 years after it happened. Things started off normal enough, with a medal procession and a performance by Lionel Richie winning over fans in the packed Memorial Coliseum. But, midway through the vibrant ceremony, the entire arena went pitch black and an unexpected visitor made a memorable appearance. Just when things couldn't get any more surreal, an alien being appeared, clad in a white spacesuit and featuring 6 elongated fingers on each hand. For viewers at the time, the special effects were groundbreaking, and thousands of spectators couldn't help but believe that the mock alien invasion was real. However, some people still believe that something supernatural was going on the whole time, claiming that the events of Los Angeles were a false flag for a real alien invasion. Conspiracy theorists believe that top-secret government operations involve creating deliberate hoaxes, called false flags, which dupe the public into believing that a real event is unfolding. And they believe that the closing ceremony invasion was predictive programming to prepare us for the day when aliens really do appear on Earth. According to these extraterrestrial enthusiasts, the real alien invasion is coming this year, although they have been making similar claims in almost every year since the Los Angeles Games. Late conspiracy theorist Bill Cooper even went so far as to suggest that the UFO which interrupted the closing ceremony could have been real. He said, "There was no helicopter up there holding this thing. They'll tell you that, but it's not true. Can you imagine the liability they would have if they were carrying this thing suspended on a cable underneath the helicopter over the heads of hundreds of thousands of people? It was under its own power."
Final Battle, 1984. That was from the Olympics, 1984. Right. So this is the Final Battle, Part 1, 1984.
Thank you. Everybody freeze!
The visitors are not our friends. They've come to rape our planet and kill us. They are not who they appear to be.
Right. Look at this lady. Ah!
It's not science fiction.
Stop that transmission! Stop this transmission!
Just got to cut the feed. This is when they cut the feed from the command center.
Oh yeah.
Especially on Fox, CNN, and all that. Somebody will say something they're not supposed to say. They go, all right, cut the feed.
Understand there's something wrong.
Or they'll show something they're not supposed to see.
Ladies and gentlemen, you have just seen a terrorist attack on the hospital.
Like, see that? Terrorist attack on the hospital. FF, false flag.
But it wasn't terrorism. It was resistance. Resistance to the monsters who are trying to take over this planet. You see them as they really are.
You see kind of how the Nazi logo a little bit right here on the left. Partial.
Reptiles. They must be defeated.
Right. Yeah, they're all clapping.
Because she got shot.
Because she got shot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Last May, it was the miniseries promising really stealing humans into lizards. Or how do they make those aliens swallow mice and guinea pigs? Right behind V.
Christine, thank you for coming in before your broadcast.
In V, the aliens are perceived as friendly people. But slowly we realize that while they look like us, they're not like us at all.
Where'd y'all hear that up before?
They look like us, but they're not us.
While they look like us, they're not like us at all. Slowly we realize that while they look like us, they're not like us at all. Their flesh peels off to reveal bizarre lizard-like creatures with a strange appetite. In this scene, the cold-blooded leader of the aliens, played by Jane Badler, is seen swallowing a live guinea pig.
Oh, look at that.
She's like the female. Who was that guy that was on the Tonight Show? The guy with the moon face or whatever it was. Jay Leno. That was some kind of chin.
See how her neck moves?
I know.
We've seen that on that one guy before, remember?
So they're not. They say they're not coming here. They are here.
Yeah.
They're in our government.
All right, you see them on TV all the time.
Yeah, they're also the helpers in the government. You've seen all those videos. Those people sitting behind the governors and senators in Congress.
Yeah. So they wearing skin suits.
Okay. Well, I've said that a few times. They look like us, but they ain't us. Have y'all seen Mark Zuckerberg's yacht? I know I'm kind of like changing it,
No.
like alien shit to like, but I don't think y'all realize how big this boat is. This yacht looks like it came out of the future from like 50 years ahead, maybe 100 years ahead. Huh? Pretty damn big, ain't it?
When you get the whole city, like the whole place behind it, can be in a mirror on it. That's pretty big.
Huge.
You can put everybody that's going to be watching
It's
the
like
show.
a mansion on the water. I mean, it keeps going and going and going. That's what these people have. That's crazy.
You think he's worried about gas prices?
No.
Right? And they use nuclear. They said like the big yachts that they have, they use nuclear energy. They don't use natural because they got it like that.
You can put everybody watching the show tonight on one side of the ship and still have room.
It's still coming.
Oh, this ain't even halfway down. Yeah, I swear this thing can fly. It's going through with some locks right now. They're coming out of locks, and it looks like once it gets away from everybody in the ocean, it could like literally fly.
Probably can.
Look at that. And I'm like, one person needs that big of a boat? Come on, Mark
Man,
Zuckerberg ain't
they
even a
don't
real
need it.
person.
They just have it.
So if somebody bought this yacht in his name
That's crazy.
or under his whatever business corporation, whatever the hell he's got going on,
And that would have like a whole crew all the time.
dude, it would take
Stop by
literally
like
people.
2 times a year, if that.
Here's my figures. Have a good one, guys.
I think we're halfway down.
Oh, geez. Oh, at least it's a good color. I like that color.
This is bigger. The cruise liners would be jealous of this. These, right? When you take
It actually doesn't it look like a high-speed train going now?
It does. Look at that thing. That's massive.
I mean, it's not a high-speed anything right now, but it looks like one.
that's yeah. There you go. Holy shit! Wait, and there you go. I think it has a big staircase in the back. Yeah, pretty big, huh?
Yeah.
Pretty big, eh?
Jesus' story of the Bible is mythology, which means it is true, but not in the sense of the story. The story is a symbol of a greater truth. Jesus, then, is a cosmic reality. Not a man with 12 friends, and not a man who's finally put down by religion, but the reality of a cosmic God having a conflict with religion and continually striving against religion to reach into the hearts of people individually to make the cosmic change. The entire story of Jesus in the Bible is the story of the universe. It is the story of the supreme power. It is the story of the supreme light of the universe that dwells inside of all living things. It imparts to us the power to overcome the physical, to overcome the
the presidents and the politicians and all of this stuff, and to overcome the pastors and the religious people, and to bring us salvation out of the clutches of religion and politics. That's, people also say, what is salvation? You know, well, salvation is lifting one out of the threat of hell. What is hell? Hell is religion, because it's fear, it's guilt, it's the horrors that we're witnessing today with the child abuse and all this kind of business, and politics, which winds up in war. Wrap it all up: fear, guilt, attacks against people, war, killing. That's hell. And so the salvation is to bring you into a communion with Jesus, with God inside of yourself, and save you out of this nightmare. And that's, to me, a beautiful thing, because hell is religion and politicians who abuse, inject fear and guilt and hurt, and drop missiles and bombs and blow each other's up. And then while they're blowing each other up, they blow us up too. Now, to be saved out of that, how are you saved out of that hellish type of existence? You are saved out of that by following Jesus and finding God inside of yourself. And it is the Jesus who tells us that we've got to understand that he dwells inside of us, that the kingdom of God is inside of us, that salvation comes from practicing the single eye, stimulating the pineal gland, by watching, by separating from the thoughts of the mind, and by finding the key of knowledge inside of us. When you are willing to allow these things to happen to you, then you understand Jesus as the cosmic truth inside of all of us, and then you are saved out of the nightmares that are roaming across the earth and killing people. That is the Jesus who is available to every living thing in the universe. The Jesus whose name has a numerical value in Greek of 888, which is the mythical sun.
Yeah, we're bringing back that 888. Bringing it back around, right? Like the guy said he was trying to attach to Hitler and all that, 88, as a Nazi thing, and it's not. It's the sun and the moon, right?
Yeah.
Are roaming across the earth and killing people. That is the Jesus who is available to every living thing in the universe. The Jesus whose name has a numerical value in Greek of 888, which is the mythical sun.
Son of God. God's son.
And that's because in the next few weeks, your retirement account and your 401k.
This is the 401ks. You want me to play that one?
Buying shares in some of the biggest IPOs in human history, even though you might not want to. Okay, how's that going to happen? It's going to happen because the rules of the financial system were just rewritten to make sure that your money is going to be buying it automatically. Now, this is actually more than just a theory. Larry Fink from BlackRock, which is the biggest asset management company in the world, said that your retirement funds and pension funds will be used to build out this AI infrastructure.
And so much of this money, not just the project, is going to be coming from the private sector. From savings accounts, from pension accounts, from insurance companies, on and on and on.
So let me explain how this is going to happen. In the finance world, there's a concept called the IPO, or the initial public offering. That's when a private company goes public, right? It's when investors all around the world are finally able to buy shares and invest in a company. And one of those companies that's going public soon is SpaceX. And the value of that company is going to be $1.75 trillion. Now, to put that number in perspective, it would make SpaceX, on day one, more valuable than every American defense contractor combined. It would also be the biggest IPO in human history, even bigger than Saudi Aramco, which held that record since 2019. The difference, though, is that Saudi Aramco was the most profitable company on the planet when it listed, but SpaceX lost $5 billion last year. Now, the craziest part about all of this, though, is that the financial rules that are supposed to protect us from buying these overpriced investments at the wrong time were also just changed right before these IPOs. And that's because on May 1st, the NASDAQ introduced something called the Fast Entry Rule, which cuts the waiting period for a company to be included in an index from 3 months to just 15 trading days. And what it also does is it gets rid of something called the float requirement that would have disqualified SpaceX, for example, from being included. The rule change will also force index funds to artificially inflate how much of the company they'll have to buy. So what we now have is a handful of insiders that got in really early at low prices, and now they need to exit. And to exit, they need buyers. They need a lot of buyers. Buyers that are going to absorb trillions of dollars worth of stock at peak values so that the insiders can walk away. But finding enough of these buyers for the biggest IPOs in history is going to be really hard, unless you change the rules. Which means now your 401k might be the exit liquidity they need.
Yep. So you're getting rich off of it, right? Losing. That's what I mean. They're all getting filthy rich right now, but they can't eat that money.
No, food
They
is the
can't
currency.
eat none of that luxury stuff they have, right?
No, that big yacht that we just seen,
That's right.
it'll be just sitting there, useless. What is this?
Oh, that's casual.
Rub castor oil under your armpits before bed. And watch what happens to your whole body overnight. Your armpits sit directly on top of your largest lymph nodes. Castor oil penetrates deep overnight, flushing out toxins and clearing built-up waste your body has been holding on to for years. Less bloating, less heaviness, immune system working the way it should. I have been recommending this to my clients for years. Comment yes if you want more videos like this.
Thank you, AI spiritual leader.
Right? I would do that with I mix baking soda and castor oil. I use that as deodorant.
Oh, do you? Baking soda, what?
Castor oil. I make it into a paste, and then I just use it that way. But I didn't know it did that. I just put it together.
All right, so what we're witnessing here is a new way of killing without spraying, targeting certain insects, going over the crops with the light, autonomous robot driving through the field at night, no chemicals, no pesticides, just a UV light that kills the pathogens and pests while everyone sleeps. So this is the chemical-free pest control, looks like at a massive scale. I've seen this before, where it zaps. It's like a little bug zapper, you know, like that bug zapper you put on your porch.
Yes.
Kind of like that.
And then they can put the plants out at the edges that keep all the bugs out, and the deer, bunnies.
Yes.
Yeah. Anybody got anything else?
You got the night shift
Oh,
at
did you play
the
those?
farm
The
market.
ones at the bottom. Guy.
Those ones at the bottom.
At the bottom.
Are they the video files? Which one? Because I already got them uploaded right here. See them? Look. Which one?
Those two.
Oh, that's right. I'm glad you pointed that out. I thought I had that uploaded. Sorry, machine. There we go.
Motherfucker that throws a rock at you for whatever the
All
you've
right,
done in your life is.
We're coming out hot on this one.
Every single motherfucker that throws a rock at you for whatever the you've done in your life is living in a fucking glass house, because that is called being a human being. There is no playbook that you get when you walk out of the fucking womb that says, here, do this and you'll be all right if you just do these things. That's not how it works. And people love to leverage people's poor decisions or lack of perspective or bad behavior, and they leverage and weaponize that into shame and guilt to get people to fall in line, to make you so fucking afraid of stepping out and being what it is you know you could be, that it silences you and makes you afraid and makes you quiet. I don't give a fuck what anybody thinks about me. I don't care. And you know what that does? Is it makes you free. Because if you don't give a fuck, bro, nobody can say anything.
That's right. Don't care, then what does it matter? Doesn't. I can't help what you think about me, right?
That's none of my business.
It's none of my business.
It's none of my business what you said about me. That's what I told Mike. I said, it's none of their business what they said about you.
Right.
Or it's none of your business what they say about you. That's their business.
What you think about me. I'm going to say what I think. I'm going to say what I'm observing, and you could call me any motherfucking name in the book. See, the best thing that's happened to me over the last 3 years is that I have become highly conditioned to being called names. I don't care anymore. I don't care. I have no fear. I don't give a fuck what you think, which gives me the freedom to say whatever I want to say. If we could all get to that point, things will change in this country. They use the fear of social rejection and social outcasting and mob mentality to keep us from speaking the truth, because when we speak the truth and we say, I don't give a fuck what you call me, they lose all their power.
They lose all their power.
Yeah, it's not magic. You got to work on that every day.
Yes, and it's not easy. At first, it's not, but it's constantly. You just have to push it out of your head. Push it out of your head.
Okay. All of these fear tactics over these data centers, man. I think a lot of these people are probably paid to bring it. I don't know. But just do yourself a favor. If you've got any doubt, and Google up hydrogen electrolysis solutions for energy production. That's one. Look up drilling for hydrogen, drill, baby, drill. Type it all in there. Look up forever chemicals at water treatment plants, meaning these PFAs, man-made things, nanoparticles that we drink and eat, and it goes through us to through the sewer to the water treatment center, and they're never, that's why they call them forever chemicals, they're never broken down. Then they end up going, supposedly treated, and then go to down the river to some other water source, and then from them down to forever, and eventually pollutes the oceans. Forever chemicals. Look up hydrogen to break down forever chemicals. I mean, it's just wide open. Any question you got, ask it. You might have to research a little bit. But these fucking data centers, I I'm a paper and pencil guy, but I can tell you. The data centers will make hydrogen. Either for a fuel source or, and they probably will end up, probably going to be, as a matter of fact, I think I looked it up, they're going to be, of course, powered by DC power, and that's, I don't care about the windmills, but that's what the solar thing, but it's DC power, water, but not drinking water, not potable water. That's not even good. I mean, ocean water, seawater, or sewer treatment plant water. That's the only way stuff's going to get broke down and fixed. All you got to do is look it up. It'll tell you. Hey, if a dumbass plumber and a fence builder can do it, anybody can. Yeah.
I'm not sure. He's telling you without telling you.
You're gonna have to go.
Nitrogen.
You're gonna have to go look it up.
Hydrogen.
There.
Yeah.
Weird year. I've somehow been the happiest and the saddest that I've ever been. I've learned how to let go and how to hold on at the same time. I've lost versions of myself I thought I'd be forever, and met new ones I never expected. There were days that broke me, and days that stitched me back together in quiet ways. I loved. I healed. I tried again. And somehow, even after everything, my heart still believes in beautiful endings.
Some more market manipulation going on this weekend and going into next week. So.
Oh yeah, they said that's what the 401ks are, right? They're playing with it, playing with the stock market. They're making it go up and down, so people panic and sell their stocks, and then the rich people buy up the stocks, and they get even richer. They did that right before the stock market crash, right before the Great Depression. Same thing. So the ones that have the money can buy up all the ones that are panicking.
And then you got inflation and the cost of everything going up. People
Yes.
selling. Market's unstable.
That's what happens. People go into fear or panic mode. They start selling off their stocks, which is happening now. They're buying them all up. That's what happens when fear kicks in, right?
Love and light. Enjoy the show. The show must go on. The show. What's that?
She's got to be in pain right now.
Oh, here, let me stop her. There. All right.
Can't be headbanging.
What?
Nothing. She just it was Headbangers Ball, right? On Saturday nights. They had headbanger balls, I think, on MTV. That was like Metallica days.
So, like they said, I mean, there's could be some hard times coming up, right? Like the indigenous say, it's purifying. We have to humble ourselves. That will be done. Well, they're doing it, but it also does something. Everything that bad happens something good happens. Might not seem good
Yeah.
at the time, but have you ever thought about like the worst thing you've gone through, and it was so horrible, but you made it through, and you learned a lot from that, right? Sometimes it takes many times before you learn, like it did me, right? It's like, I think I learn and then I do it again. But that's when I mostly when I was younger, right? Then when you're younger, you feel invincible and you can just do about anything until you get that boot on your neck and you realize real quick you're not.
Yeah,
But
you get slowed down.
yeah, but I need to be slowed down. Maybe something bad would happen to me, right? So
Right.
everything bad that happens, something good comes out, and you learn a lot of lessons. That's what this whole journey's about. And if you haven't learned a lesson, then you haven't lived, right?
Yeah.
You haven't lived, and you haven't grown, because all those lessons help you grow and become a better person. And that's what this is all about. So, I don't think if you don't have a lot of money, I don't think it's going to be as bad. The people that have a lot of money, that have a lot of money in the stocks, a lot of money in best investments, I think they're the ones that's going to be feeling the pain. I don't think us people that we live paycheck to paycheck or check to check or every month. I don't think it's going to be that bad for us. Uh, but I think the ones that have a lot to lose, the ones
Do you remember that video, like maybe a week ago, where the guy walked up to the Palm Beach lady and he's like, "Yeah, what do you think about data centers being built on Palm Beach?" And she's like, "What? No, what?" Like she had no idea about anything.
right? We
So
watched.
it's kind of like those people are going to be the people that are going to get slam banged.
Yeah, because they're gonna be sidetracked, right? I mean, at least when you hear stuff like this, and it's not to put fear in anybody, it's so you could mentally prepare. And
Yeah.
if you're, no matter what, you always want to view the worst case scenario, and that, and how you could make it through that, right? So that you could prepare if that was the case. If you don't mentally prepare, then if it's something hits, then you break and you panic and you don't know what to do, and you like it can crush you. So you always just go through scenarios. Remember when you used to have to do like fire drill thing in your house just in case a fire happened? It's kind of like that. You plan it out, have things planned, and that could be for any situation. And it's not fear. And when people say, "Oh, you're fear mongering or you're blackpilling," no, it's because we care enough about you to make you think and prepare you and your family in case something did happen. What if something did happen and then nobody told you? No one even said, "Well, it could go like this," or um, I'm not going to be the one that does that. I'm not the hopium person. I'm not. Because hopium can destroy a person.
Yeah.
It can destroy them mentally when something doesn't happen, and then something goes sideways. That could really. I'm not going to do that to people. I'm not that one. But
Yeah, discipline is what people need.
That's right. But if good things do come, which I'm sure eventually they will, I have no doubt, then, it'll be even greater because you're not sitting there waiting for it. It's just there. All of a sudden it's there.
You know what? If somebody says fear mongering, whatever, it's usually them having fear. Like,
yeah,
you're not.
Your fear.
Yeah, the more you know, the less fearful you're going to be.
That's right.
Some people fear the truth, but that's
Yeah,
what
it's weird.
sets you free.
Yeah, it's weird. When God says, I just want you to behave yourself and I want you to know the truth. And it's like that's too big of an ask for some people. I don't get it.
We want the truth at all costs, right? Because the truth is Christ. That's what Christ is, the truth.
Yeah.
So if you're following Christ, you're following the truth. Sometimes the truth hurts, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, when in history has anything true been lovely? It's not. That's why they sugarcoat it or make it sound heroic or patriotic, like in the history books, right? Because they don't want to tell you the real truth because it wouldn't be pretty. It would be horrible.
God, that would be fun.
What, the motorcycle?
Oh man, something like that. I just would not have I wouldn't have the courage for that. I'm actually visualizing like myself doing it. You can feel like,
oh gosh.
Yeah, you know how many times that happens before you get it right? Oh my god.
All right. Y'all have a great rest of your weekend. Enjoy the rest of the show.
Y'all for joining us tonight, and thank you all that has donated and entered into the raffle. We appreciate y'all so very much. We really do. Y'all have helped us out a lot, and we were just talking today how in August it will be a year since we've been on our own, basically, after Mike's passing, and I couldn't even believe it's been almost a year. So I appreciate y'all because we wouldn't have made it this far without y'all and your support.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
There we go. Up light.
There's a whisper in the silence, there's a tremble in the ground. The walls that stood for ages are beginning to come down. People see the cracks appearing in the stories they've been told, while others hold on tighter to a world that's growing old. Some still watch the stage lights caught up in the endless show, clinging to the comfort of the only thing they know. Though they feel it in their spirit, though they see it with their eyes, they keep reaching for the shadows while the old illusion dies. This is the shift, can you feel it in the air? A change is moving through us, waking hearts everywhere. Though the road is rough and winding and the night seems far too long, we're remembering who we are. The shift is here among us, and the best is yet to come. I see the pain around me and the weight people conceal. Some are angry, some are broken, some don't know just what to feel. Some lash out from fear and sorrow, some are frozen by the unknown, while others hear a quiet calling deep within their soul. They know something's changing, though they cannot name it yet. A feeling in their spirit they could never quite forget. So they gather what is precious and they do the best they can, trusting there's a greater purpose hidden in the plan. just here among us, and the best is yet to come. With resistance, every season has its end, but every falling leaf makes room for life to bloom again. What was lost can be recovered, what was broken can be healed when we stop denying what our hearts already feel. No, it's not the end of living, it's the ending of a phase, and beyond the clouds awaiting are much brighter days. We'll rediscover meaning, we'll remember why we're here, and the songs we've long forgotten will return for all to hear. This is the shift, and the dawn is drawing near. The future's being written by the ones who persevere. Though the path is filled with questions and uncertainty remains, there's a fire burning